shit.
Hey everybody, it's Benny One, and I'm back at you with another episode review and just chat about the Marvel's What If. Episode 2, everybody, and it's called What If T'Challa Became a Star-Lord, everybody. That's correct. So in this episode, we get Black Panther, T'Challa himself, and Chadwick Boseman did do the voice for this before he passed away. And they did this in honor and in memory of him at the end of the episode. They had a little tribute thing to him on the screen for about 30 seconds. Very cool, very awesome that he got to do this one last time as T'Challa before he passed away, unfortunately. So it was really cool. We also have a bunch of... Mickey Rourke is back as Yondu. God, who else? Kurt Russell came back to play Ego. Like, there was a bunch of people that came back to do the voices of their characters from the movies, because that's what's really cool about this Marvel's What If, is that they actually got most of the actors to do the voices for their characters in this. So this takes the Black Panther story, a little bit of the Black Panther story, because we get to see T'Challa when he's a kid, and he, instead of the Ravagers abducting Peter Quill, they accidentally abduct T'Challa instead. And Yondu even tells James Gunn's brother's character, I can't remember his name, he's like, "You idiot," he's like, "That's not Peter Quill," but they take him anyway. So, and that basically shifts everything and changes everything to where T'Challa became Star-Lord instead of Peter Quill. And Peter Quill does pop up at the end of the episode. He does pop up, and that's where his father is involved with that too. He's grown up. He's working in a diner. It's pretty funny. But yeah, so T'Challa becomes Star-Lord. He did not become Black Panther. He actually thought Wakanda was destroyed. That was a lie that Yondu told him, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm going to spoil this just so you guys know. I don't know if you're new to my series reviews, I spoil them each episode, so I apologize. But yeah, so Yondu lied to him about Wakanda being destroyed because they eventually go and see the Collector, and they find one of the Wakanda warships there, and there's a message from his father, who is a lot older and is obviously from current times, that is for T'Challa. So he learns that Wakanda was not destroyed. So I'm kind of bouncing around, sorry. I just watched this today while I was at work. So but yeah, I like what they did with T'Challa being Star-Lord, because he was still the Black Panther T'Challa that we remember from the movie, but he has the Star-Lord outfit, the helmet, the gun, the boot rockets, and all that stuff. Like, he has all that stuff. And I love how they mixed his costume, the Star-Lord costume, with a little Black Panther flair on it. I like that they did that. I thought that was really, really, really cool that they did that. And there's all sorts of Easter eggs in this episode. There's shit from the second Thor, the third Thor. Cap's shield is in the Collector's weapons case that he just has floating around. There's all sorts of Easter eggs in this movie. Howard the Duck, that's right. Howard the Duck that was in the Collector's collection in the live action movies, he actually gets a part in this episode. He kind of has a little part. We get to hear him talk. It sounded like Seth Green did the voice for him. I'm not 100% sure. I should have looked that up before I sat down and did this, but I didn't. I'm sorry. It really sounded like Seth Green. But yeah, T'Challa was actually... He ran into him and let him out of the case and everything, and he was talking and everything. I was like, oh my God. I was just talking to someone today about what if Marvel remakes Howard the Duck and they made an MCU version of Howard the Duck. I don't know if anybody's seen the George Lucas Howard the Duck, but it'd be great if they would. But yeah, the episode was cool, and they're going after like this, I can't remember what it's called, but it's like this thing that can regrow life on planets and stuff, and all they need is like a tiny little piece of it, and it'll literally like regrow an entire dead planet and shit, and they're still in a whole like vial full of it. And Thanos, everybody, Thanos is in this episode. Josh Brolin is back, and he actually works under T'Challa. That is correct. In this version, he did not snap and anything, and they convinced him to not do that, and he didn't become a bad guy. Like, it's crazy seeing Thanos help the Ravagers. Like, it's crazy. He's like one of their big muscle goon guys and everything, and there's a cool fight scene between him and his, well, they're not Thanos's little minions in this version, but his little sidekick minion people that he had in Infinity War and Endgame. He fights a couple of them in this episode, and it's awesome to watch him fight them. I just love this show. I love what they're doing with this. I love that they're taking these characters and stories and they're twisting them and turning them into this different version and iteration, and each episode is going to be about a different character, because I think next week's episode is about what if Black Widow killed Iron Man. So like, I love that they're doing this kind of stuff. I love these Elseworld, multiverse, other Earth storylines that they can cook up, and I think the MCU is really doing something cool with this. I think because they're taking what we know already, like the Watcher because the Watcher is narrating these episodes because he's the all-seeing, all-observing, but he doesn't mess with shit. He just watches. That's why it's called the Watcher. And he's this huge being thing out in space, and it's cool. Like, I just like that we're getting to see these different versions of what if these possible scenarios could have happened, and you never know, we might get a live action movie someday with this crap, depending on how popular this is. So, and it's cool shit so far. So I'm enjoying it still. I hope you guys are enjoying it. If you're watching it, you'll have to let me know in the comments if you're watching it. I hope you're watching it, because otherwise I spoiled the shit out of this episode for you. So I hope you guys enjoyed that quick little over review, rambling, talking about the episode. Thank you for watching, and be catching you on the tube later, because I have spoken.